I felt it literally at the end of the run when he seriously pushed me through the finish line. It was what he should do because we are all fighting for the best, you know. So initiate in the moment when he passed me just to be ready to flick behind him. I flicked a bit too early at the initiation, but it was, let's say, a good moment to complete the first corner. And then simply it floats up to the finish line and try to stay as close as I could. And in the end, the decision of Jarvis was that I had to pass. Oh, man. Hey, great job, man. Hey, you do. I can feel you on the finish. Great job. I popped out a fourth on entry. Oh, really? Yeah, I banged in third and was able to start getting proximity, but unfortunately I was sick. Oh, sorry about that. No, you shouldn't be. It's part of the game. Exactly. It's always good battling you, man. Congratulations. Oh, man. Good job, buddy.
First battle was really clean, fast, door-to-door battle. OD is a class act. He's obviously sitting second in the championship. We were swapping hairs out there, trading hairs. It was a really, really fun battle. And then for both of us to be able to step it up for that one more time, it's an incredible room. One more time was all out. There was a championship on the line. It was number one and number two in the standings going at it with everything they had. It was a battle of the drivers, but more so the teams and the equipment. And thank you, Odie. That was fantastic fun.
We got a bye run. Supposed to be up against Matt Field. He unfortunately had a mechanical, and they were on their way to getting it done. Just didn't have enough time in 5 minutes. It's just, it's one of those deals that sucks. It only happens every once in a while. We're moving on to the semifinals. We got Frederick Osbo, who's been a very difficult opponent of mine, and my Toyota teammate. So we'll see if we got the strategy to take him down today.
The plot thickens here in St. Louis. Some drivers are elated and others are defeated. More when we return. As the event progresses, the sun sets, the lights are on, and the Workhouse Drift Team rises to the occasion once again.
Yeah, my last run was with going against James in semi-final. The semi-final, it was quite rough for both of us. We both were trying to push hard. There was some errors, there were some mistakes. When James was leading, he made a mistake as judges decided. And when I was leading, I made a mistake, but James was chasing me better. He deserved the win. He was driving excellent for a whole weekend. And that's visible that he's one of the best drivers of all. If he can adapt to the new conditions as he does, that's something to be really, really followed. And I'm really happy and proud that I can have such a teammate. That's excellent, seriously.
Battle with Osbo in the semifinals. The first time of the event that I had a chase on the first lap, so I just geared myself up for that. My spotter said the car's fast as always. Super good lines, which he had. I tried to apply as much pressure as I could. He got away from me on the outer touch and go 2. I was able to close the gap and finish strong on inner 2 to the finish line, but it was I really just had to lay it down on my lead lap, and hopefully Frederick had a little bit of a gap on him as well. So on my lead lap, I actually didn't make it fully into the zone on outer zone 1, and that was pretty much the end of it. Frederick had a really clean, smooth, tight lap with me, and he ended up moving on. So we didn't get a podium. We're sitting 4th place because the other guys had qualified higher than us, and not a bad weekend.
With James, it was almost like it was scripted. James and I going at it in the finals. We qualified number 1 and number 2. And with him qualifying better, I chased him first. Gave it everything I got. Fell behind just a little bit. He was lightning quick. And for my lead, I knew it was all or nothing. So I shifted into second, pulled the shifter straight off. Can't get into third. I do the rest of the track in second. It wasn't enough. I came up a little bit shallow here and there. He takes the win, but overall, it was a great event, and we're super stoked leaving St. Louis with a lot of good championship points.
Yeah, we'll try to take this momentum, keep it going. It's our 4th podium in a row. First win of the year, and we're going back to Texas, a track I really like. So I just need to personally stay strong, get some rest before it, get the car on point, and just try our best. We're battling some of the best drivers in the world, so anything can happen. But for me, I just enjoy drifting for what it is. We all started this to have a good time, so yeah, it's been incredible. So yeah, let's have some fun.
You know, you got to go big or you got to go home. And I think everybody put it all out there. And that's, you know, again, provided for a great show for the fans. And that's what this is for, right? There's a fan base, you know, here and online. And it was a great event.
I think it's really important to reflect and think about where we are right now and how that compares to last year. Last year was all about the James Dean and Frederick Osbo show. This year, it's been a hodgepodge of drivers. Ryan Turk's had a win, Osbo's had a win, Odie's had 2 wins, Vincek had his win, and tonight, James Dean got his first win of the season. So now we're talking about maybe something like last year, where Peter and James and Frederick are all right there in the top 3, but Odie Bakshis is also there as well. He went deep into competition, and though that James and Frederick Osbo are going to be leading the championship very, very closely, it's the slimmest of margins between the top 5 drivers.
After an exciting, action-packed round in St. Louis, the championship is still up for grabs. Only 2 rounds left to go. Next stop is Texas.
Assalamualaikum. Saya Laskar Kelas 2 TNL Muhammad Zaim Mashraf. Semangat politik yang ada pada kami adalah penting demi memastikan keselamatan negara. Semangat politik anda juga penting buat negara. Ia dapat ditunjukkan dengan memastikan diri anda selamat terlebih dahulu dengan vaksinasi. Sayang diri anda dan negara dengan pastikan anda divaksinasi. Saya juga akan mengambil vaksin. Ingat, lindung diri, lindung semua.
Yang terjejas akibat wabak COVID-19 dan bencana banjir. Mereka boleh memohon moratorium bayaran balik pinjaman PTPTN selama 3 bulan. Permohonan penangguhan boleh dibuat sehingga 31 Mac 2021.
Salat tarawih berjemaah kembali Ramadan ini. Adil Akhbar untuk laporan berita tengah malam. Saudara, Malaysia berupaya beralih kepada ekonomi berpendapatan tinggi dalam tempoh 5 tahun akan datang seperti diunjurkan Bank Dunia. Menteri Kewangan Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz berkata, dalam usaha mencapai matlamat berkenaan, model pembangunan dan penetapan dasar negara perlu diteliti semula. Peranan kerajaan dan institusi juga perlu diperhalusi dalam meningkatkan pertumbuhan sosioekonomi negara. Bergerak ke hadapan, negara juga perlu menetapkan hala tuju baharu bagi pertumbuhan berasaskan pengetahuan dan produktiviti.
Malaysians aspire to have not just a high-income economy, but also one that delivers meaningful improvements in living standards for the whole population. Malaysians increasingly aspire for both economic and social well-being. a high standard of living, not just high incomes. Fulfilling jobs, not just something that pay the bills, and better public service delivery, not just